Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I got a gameplay review here for you. This is Realm, and we're going to focus on Realm Season 3, since it just kicked off a few days ago. This is actually a game that has been requested quite a bit, and a game that I've been very interested to go ahead and test out. So here we go today, and I have to say I have played it just a smidge before I'm making this video because I wanted to kind of make sure I had a good handle on it. And I have to say, I like it a lot. It has strategy. It is not a clicker by any means. This is probably, just a hint, probably going to be in the top 5 for my games this month. So you want to watch this and you want to check out this game. Let's go ahead and dive into it. It is Realm. I'll quickly skim through the website and then we'll go into all the details. Realm is basically a resource management type of game. It is it has a lot of strategy. There's missions, there's a lot to it. It is not just a simple click, wait 4 hours, click, wait 4 hours, click, wait 4 hours type of game. So, something that I hope you all just take a look at this, something I'm very interested in. Just scrolling through, as I mentioned, it is in season 3 right now, so we will be focusing on that. There is a new addition of the leaders, and we'll go into the leaders here in a few minutes. The trucker. Basically, season 3 goes from starts on July 27th, which was a few days ago, and will go for 8 weeks. At the end of the season, as it is for all the last couple seasons, they will go ahead and be giving prizes away, which is awesome. I love that the fact that you always have a goal to shoot for. These games that don't really have any special events or any missions or anything along those lines get very repetitious and a little bit boring. So I'm liking the fact that they have seasons, they have goals, they have leaderboards, and they have rewards at the end of it. Just skimming through this very quickly, you can take a look. It basically is out there. This is not your typical NFT or NFT style game because it actually has quite a bit of strategy. It reminds me a little bit of Million on Mars, but just a little simpler to play, I want to say. It reminds me of some other non NFT games out there that I've played in the past. Um, I won't go through this too much detail because there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to cover in this video. But let's go ahead and if you want, I'll have a link to their website in the description down below, so you can go ahead through their roadmaps. I wanted to focus on the actual gameplay. So jumping over the white papers again, I'll go through this super fast. I wanted to cover just a few things before we open a pack and jump into the game. First of all, leaders. Leaders are going to be a very critical component of the game. You're going to need a leader to both lead your society, also any missions that you run. You need a leader, and each type of leader gives you different benefits. I'm going to scroll through these quickly. They have the general, the politician, the pacifist, the celebrity, and so forth down this list. Each one of these gives you a little bit of bonus, and when I jump over to the game, I'll show you what kind of bonuses they actually give. They give bonuses from shorter transportation, happier people, quicker buildings, things like that. And then if you scroll down a little bit further, they give you, there's essentially helpers, and these helpers help you with missions. Basically, you are on a different continents within the world, and there's different issues that you need to help with. For example, there's a big forest fire, or there's an earthquake or something along those lines. You basically take one of your leaders and a bunch of helpers, and you go and you try and help that environment, help them get better. So that's where these helpers come in there. Basically, you don't need we'll dive in again in the game, but each one of these is a template, and as long as you have the template, you can go ahead and produce that helper in game. So if you have a police and a soldier, you can produce as many police and soldiers as you want as long as you have the resources available. But if you don't have a farmer card, you cannot produce a farmer. So the goal long term would be to try and get as many helpers as possible so you can have the full range of helper support. All right, and then the last thing I wanted to highlight here in the white papers is there's different types of buildings in the game itself. You go ahead and each region that you're in, you start with a headquarters, and you're able to expand from there, adding different buildings. Each building does different things. For example, the factory gives you basic resources that allows you to build and train your helpers. Then you have the storage. Obviously, the bigger storage you have, the more you can hold. Training facilities allows you to train actual helpers themselves. Housing, you have a limit of how much housing that you have on there. So if you build a house and you upgrade it, you'll get more available. And then you have the research lab that in these research lab, basically you can research different equipment. And then transport depot, you can go ahead and it gives you other options as far as transportation goes. So what I want to do is, I know that I went through that super fast, but I want to get into the actual game itself and show you the game. And it'll all make a lot more sense, because when I first looked at the white paper, and I was a little confused, but once you jump into the game, it actually cycles through pretty quickly. I mean, it's easy to pick up, but it's a lot of fun too. So what we're going to do is we're going to go jump over. I'm going to go ahead and open a pack, show you what a season 3 pack looks like to open it up, and then we'll jump into the game. All right, let's go ahead and open our pack and see what we get. This is going to be a season 3 pack. So this just, I wanted to open this as part of the video to just give you an example of what it's going to look like if you go ahead and grab a season 3 pack and open it up. So you see it here. It will go ahead and select on pack. It's going to go ahead and let us know. These are the different, basically the chances of the leader cards. You have a chance to get from a 1 to 5. Actually, sorry, one to platinum, and it's actually pretty good percentages up to 3 stars. So let's go ahead and see what we get. Hopefully, we get 3 stars or higher. Preferably get a platinum if if possible. Let's go ahead and open them up. Let's check them out. All right, it's opening. And then we got, starting with a 3-star equipment. We're getting a lot of 1 and 2 stars. We got another 3-star. All right, so we at least got 2 of the 3 stars. I was hoping to get a few more, but I'm not going to complain with that. So we got the professional, we got the pacifist, surgeon, which is a helper card, explorer, scientist, another scientist, and we got a boost card, an epic boost card, which basically looks like I can gain a reputation, or I can basically boost up a star. So that's cool. Let's go ahead. We got an equipment card, which is the communicator, politician, 1 star, and then we got our trucker. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the game and check that out. All right, now that we have the pack open and we know our cards, let's go ahead and really dive into the game. Full transparency, I actually opened the pack and recorded that probably about 2-3 hours ago. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I wanted to go through and dive into it and really get a good feel for the game before I made the video. I thought that would be appropriate, other than just trying to dive in and fumble my way through it. This is the first screen that you come into the game. I'm going to go ahead and walk through the different areas. You start off in Africa. You start off with 1 plot of land. It is where you go ahead and you put your headquarters in. And then once your headquarters is built, you have 4 plots of land. And every time you build up your headquarters, you get additional plots of land that you can put more buildings in there. And I'll show you that here in a few minutes. But I wanted to cover some of the other stuff first. Just going across the screen just so you're familiar with the screen itself. Up here you have your overall level, and the way you increase your overall level is if you boost up your reputation, and you boost up your reputation through doing missions. And if you look on the screen, these little exclamation points, those are missions. I'll dive into those a little bit more also. But as it coming across here, you have a salary. So depending on what leader that you put into your headquarters for Africa will determine your initial salary. Obviously, the more headquarters you have and the more leaders that you have out there, with the higher levels, the higher salary you get. But right now, I'm getting 0.55 per hour, which is not a lot. But as you continue to expand it, you'll get much better results. Next is your resources. The resources are really provided by factories, which are these buildings right here. Take a look at those in a little more detail. Basically, it gives you a certain amount of resources per minute, which multiplies pretty quickly, to be honest with you. And then you have a limit. Right now, I have a limit of 850 because I have a storage unit that I've leveled up to level 4, which gives me 850. And you have housing for your helpers, which is right here on my screen. It can be anywhere on yours. Depending on the level of that determines how many helpers you have. And if you remember from earlier in the video, these helpers really help you with missions going forward. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm waiting for this to get up to 800 so I can show you upgrading headquarters to level 4. Right now it's on level 3, and when I upgrade it to level 4, what it's going to allow me to do is it's going to add another box here so I can go ahead and show you all the buildings within game. That whole upgrade process is going to take, let me double check, about 30 minutes. So what I'll do is when I get to that point, I'll go ahead and fast forward and show you what actually counts. But while we're waiting for it to get to 800, let's go ahead and look here. These are the different leaders that you saw me pull out of the pack. Each one has different benefits. Obviously, the higher stars, the higher benefits you have. What I've done over the last couple hours is I've leveled up these 2 leaders. Um, this my trucker was leveled up as part of sitting at my headquarters, and my professional was leveled up by doing missions. And every mission you uh, basically get 2 different. Jump over here. You get 2 different results. You get XP, which goes to the leader that was led the mission plus the leader that's in your headquarters, so they both get 100 in this example. And then you get reputation score, which goes to your overall level. Obviously, the higher level you get, it opens up different areas. And there's also a chance where you can get some additional resources. For example, I got some resources here. The first one, I got some additional iron. So there's additional things that you can get beyond just the reputation and the XP. So when I get to level 5 here from a reputation score, it's going to open up Asia. And with Asia, I should be able to go ahead and set down another headquarters, which will allow me to expand, use another leader, increase my salary, increase my production, and just make it continue to build that on. It's also going to give me more missions to do here. So let me go ahead and click on one of the missions as an example. If you click on this and you go down to the bottom here, you're going to see the rewards. You got 195 reputation, 95 experience. It shows you what the preferred helper is, and I'll show you that here in a second. And then it shows you the time that it's going to take to run the mission. Before we go into the mission brief, what I want to quick do is I want to upgrade my headquarters, as I mentioned earlier. So I click on the building, I go to upgrade, and you'll see 800. I have 800 here. Also shows you your current account right here. And then I'll go ahead and click on upgrade. And now that's going to take 30 minutes. You saw it just wiped away all of my resources. So that's going to take me 30 minutes to run. Once that's done, I'll jump back on here and show you the other building. But while we're waiting, let's go ahead back into the mission itself. As I mentioned, this is the time that it will take to run the mission. This is the level mission. And then if you go ahead and click on here, the mission brief, it pulls up a whole lot more information for you. It shows you the strength requirement, which a higher strength requirement it is. It means the more helpers that you're going to need to actually help you. And this, again, is the time. This is the rewards. It gives you a brief description of what the mission is itself. You can select a leader. Right now, none of the leaders give me any mission bonus. So the only reason I would select one leader over another is if I want to get them experience points. And then if I go down here, I don't have any helpers available at the moment. But you know what we'll do? What I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a second and show you how I can train a worker, and then we'll go ahead and put it in there to show you what it looks like. So in order to train a worker or a helper, you go ahead and click on the train. This is the training facility for me. You click on the train button, and it's going to give you the option. There's slots available. And right now, I only have 2 cards. You saw me pull the surgeon card out of the pack, and it gives you the generic helper one. So depending on which one you want to do, you just click on it. We're going to do the worker for this. And it's going to show you this. This just shows you basically the template. It allows you to train workers from this template. So now I'm going to go ahead and train one worker by clicking on Q, and then going ahead, you can go all the way up to 20, which is going to cost you a total of 500 resources and take a total of 15 minutes. Or I could just do one. The neat thing with this is it only charges you the resources once it gets to that point. So for example, if I did 2 workers here, what's going to happen is it's only going to charge me 25 for the first one, and then once that first worker completes, it'll charge me another 25. So let me go ahead and show you that example. We're going to do 2 workers. You see I currently have 63. If I hit on Q, it's going to take away the 1. So now I'm at 40. And then once the 45 seconds is up, it's going to start the second worker and then reduce my resources at that point in time. All right, so that's a neat thing. I like the fact that you don't necessarily have to have the resources in your bank in order to start running this. If I go ahead and level up my training facility, we'll go ahead and get additional training slots so I can do 2 different resources at the same time. That's down the road. I don't quite need that right now. So while we're waiting for the first resource to go, I just want to show you what these buttons are down here. This one just shows you the specific region that you're in. This one shows you your current NFTs. You can go through and see your helpers. You can see your equipment, your boosts, and any packs that you may have. The store, as you build up the in-game token, which is RLM, you can go ahead and purchase additional workers as you're going through the process. Mission logs, I showed you that briefly. It shows you anything that's active, which I don't have anything active, or it shows you the history of anything in the past. Rankings, oh, I'm brutally low in the rankings right now because I just started. So this will happen in time. I need to get up to level 5, unlock Asia just to be even eligible for these rankings here. And then events coming soon. There's nothing happening right now, but this gives you an example of what's happened in the past as far as the goals, the rankings, and so forth. I just want to see this. Contributions, events logs. It basically gives you different rewards as you're going through and getting to your different goals. And then the overall event log shows the different people winning. Now that both of my resources are available, let me go ahead and just show you what it looks like. I'm not actually going to run this mission right now because I don't have enough resources. But now I'm in here. Let's go ahead and select my leader again. And now every time I click up one of these, you're going to see the chance of success go up or down. So if I go ahead and click on one, you'll see I have a 4.76% chance. And then up, and it goes up in those multiples. That's why it's saying requirements is 21. The nice thing is if I would happen to have the assassin card and be able to train assassins or cyborgs, it's going to give me a bonus on that. So I'll be able to use less of those than I would of all workers. So that's a nice thing. It actually highlights which ones actually show you or give you the best results. And then if I would have done surgeon, this is the reason I picked the worker. If I would have done surgeon, you see here, it's very dull right there, but it's a red minus, which actually you need more of those workers or helpers in order to be successful in this mission. The other thing that you should keep in mind is your team score. Right now, my team score for this one is 22 because I have her leveled up to a level 2. But if I went ahead and did this, you see I only have 9. So the chances of this card actually running this mission, unless I have a bunch of these, is very, 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 very slim. So something to keep in mind where you're going through these missions. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to step away because I want to show you the building process here in a second, but I need this to run for 24 minutes and upgrade. So I'll be back here in a minute. Okay, we are back. It's been 24 minutes for me. As you can see, it is just winding down here. And once it does, it's going to go ahead and upgrade. And there you go. You see, I just got an extra spot up here. Now my headquarters is on level 4. If I want to upgrade it again, it's going to cost me 3,200 resources, which I don't even have remotely close to that right now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and click on this, and it's going to give me the option to build, and these are all the different things that I can build. There is that provides additional resources, which I'm going to do either the transport depot or the research. Just a quick jumping back, when it's level 1, when you first build your headquarters, there's only a few things that you can build. You can build the factory, the storage vault, housing, and training facility, and then every level additional, it opens up a different building that you can add to it. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and do the transport depot. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to take about 5 seconds for it to construct, and then you'll see it pop up here. There we go. It is available. See, now he's going around and he is collecting additional resources, which has, I guess, the capacity of 25, and it's about 11 resources, 11.5 resources per minute, which is pretty good. What I can do is I can go ahead and upgrade if I wanted to. To upgrade, it's going to cost 30 minutes. It's going to cost 400 resources, and it's going to include an additional transport to unlock. But what I'm going to, just for the sake of this video, um, see the upgrade there. What I'm going to do is click on that, and you see I can now collect. So this is just basically additional resources that I can collect. So it's collecting a lot faster, which is pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and click that, and it jumps up. And I have additional, I keep going. I can really only go up to, it looks like a capacity of 25. What I'm also going to do as part of this video is, now that I have this, I'm going to go ahead and demolish this building because I was just really pushing for resources. So I wanted to show you actually demolishing this, and then I'll create the other building. So let's go ahead and demolish that. It's going to ask me, are you sure? And it's going to take 5 seconds to demolish. I wonder if it's going to give me any resources back. Probably not. Nope, did not give any resources back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build in its place. I'm going to build the research lab. Let's go ahead and do that. 5 seconds to build it out. And then we wait, and then we have the research lab available. So I can go ahead and research. There's different things that I can do to go ahead. I have the explorer, so I can go ahead and increase our leadership. What I would probably do is, where is it? I'd probably focus on, oh cool, I can actually do all these different things. So this is nicer, I like this. What I'm going to do is I can do the training speed, which is going to cost 50. It's going to take 5 minutes. It increases my training speed quite a bit. Once I get to a certain thing, I can go cheap. Once I upgrade my research lab, I can get cheaper labor, and I can get just different, increase, basically more skillful. I also have this one, which is a special for the realm, but I need it to be higher. My economy, my buildings, overall storage. Oh, this is pretty neat. This is actually the first time I'm seeing this. So I can actually start using this and increasing the different parts of my game, basically the trainings and the resource costs and the speed it takes to train, which is going to be very helpful in the future. My leader, I was looking for my trucker, which there he is. So I can increase the troop size, which right now is not a limit for me, so I'm not overly concerned with that, but I know it will be down the road. Maybe when I get overall this building upgraded. Let's look how much it costs to upgrade. 100 for 5. So what I can do is I can go ahead and upgrade it, and it's going to allow me to do different research, additional ones. Basically, in some of these, it's the tier 2, so it'll be cheaper labor for this. For the economy, some of these not to level 3, but lots of cool things that this does. So what are my thoughts on the game? My thoughts are, this is definitely something that surprised me. I was interested in trying it, but I didn't quite realize it was going to be as good as it is. The instant I saw it, got super excited about it. You will see more videos of this in the future from me. Strictly from a game perspective, from a fun game perspective, this is one of the best entertaining games on Wax at the moment. From an ROI perspective, to give you, I don't want to go into detail that because I had not planned playing it long enough. I know the NFTs sell for a good amount of money. So if you earn enough of the RLM game, you can probably produce different NFTs. So that's an option. I do know that roughly 100 RLM goes for about 1 wax. So it's a little lower than you would think. But time will tell if this is good from an ROI perspective. But again, from a game playing perspective, and a long-term game playing perspective, I like this a lot. Ask me in a couple weeks from an ROI perspective because I'm not into it enough to really know that yet. But I like this. This is a game that you're going to see more videos from me on, and don't be surprised if it is in the top 10, top 5 of this coming month. August is top 10 games on wax. All right. I hope you all enjoy this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.